Well, tonight, the two candidates for vice president will meet face to face with protective plexiglass in between for a debate that follows a chaotic week in the race for the White House. We spoke to our political insiders, Democrat Jamar Cobb-Dennard and conservative commentator Abdul-Hakim Shabazz. I asked them whether tonight's debate will do much to sway the voters at this point in the campaign.
It might. It depends what the vice president does, because unfortunately, or fortunately, 90% of all the folks have, I said in the polling we've seen so far, I said they got their minds made up. So there's only a 10% window of people left to change. So potentially the vice president could. I think it's very doubtful. I think most people probably have their minds made up that 10%. But hey, it doesn't hurt to try.
This debate is going to have more impact than prior vice presidential debates, especially because we've got two older candidates running for president, and we also have a president who has serious health concerns right now. So the viability of a vice president becoming vice president is even higher than it's ever been. So I think a lot of voters will take that into account as they watch tonight to see what could a future president look like if we ever had to go down that road.
And on that same note, do you guys think this could also be a preview for a matchup we could see in 2024 between these two candidates, regardless of what happens this election season?
I don't necessarily think so, because usually if a vice president loses in that previous election, they don't necessarily run. They don't run again. Now, if they win, then that's a whole different ball of wax. But I don't necessarily think we'll see Kamala Harris-Mike Pence matchup in 2024.
We could. I don't disagree with Abdul, but here's the thing. Mike Pence, for years, even before he was governor of the state of Indiana, expressed directly and indirectly that he has higher aspirations. And that's part of the reason why he was allowed to catapulted himself to the White House in Washington, D.C., or back to D.C. And Kamala Harris clearly wanted to be in the ring for the presidential seat and is a viable contender. So whether we see the two of them individually together again, but we may see them as individuals in the future running as president.